What's going on, guys? I got this carbon fiber Hayabusa front fender. See a lot of guys run these. I thought they looked good, and I figured why not. It does not fit on my brackets. I bought these brackets. These are for my bike, but they're to lower my fender down and make it hug to the tire better. I thought maybe these might work for that. They don't, but we're gonna make them work. So you can see where my old screws go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, probably cut it, in half. And then what I'll do is I'll take this and mount it from the back side with, a screw that onto this mount, but on the back side. And then all I have to do is lower my fender down until one of these, this hole on the fender lines up with one of these. Make a little spacer, which I went to Ace Hardware and got some spacers. Man, I go there all the time for all kinds of bolts and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys got one in your town, but they're awesome. Yeah, so once I get the fender lowered down to where I want using this bracket, then all I have to do is make a mark on the old post here, pull the fender back off, drill a hole, tap it with the correct the threads that I have, and then the fender will be on there. So it's not as hard as you think. I don't know if you guys ever done any tapping or drilling in your life. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to go slow with and make sure that you look up, make sure you have the right drill bit for the correct size tap that you have. All right, so I have the correct tap. I've very easily screwed it into here. You always want to use a little bit of WD. You don't need much, man, just a little bit. And you're just going nice and slow. Eventually I'll get to the back side where there is no threads and I'll feel some resistance. This is the kind of thing that you got to be very in tune with the feel, because you can snap this off and then then you got a whole new set of problems. You don't want to create more problems. You don't want to just grab this thing and you're trying to keep it nice and straight and even, very light with your hand. Oh, it just kind of spun on me right there, so I'm going to back it up. And a lot of times you got to go in, back it out, blow off the area, get the shavings that are in there. You'll see right now there's going to be shavings. That's why they have these little relief grooves that are all through it. You can see them in there. I don't have my air compressor and everything set up right in here, so I'm just kind of... Same thing again. Nice and easy. The last thing you want to do is mess these threads up, so that you want to have zero resistance when you're going in at first. If you have already threads there, obviously if you're making new threads, you're going to have some resistance, but that's when it's really hard, is when you don't have any threads at all. But today we do, so go back in. Seems like we're getting some resistance already. So we're going to tighten this tool up so it doesn't slip, which it should be just like that. Now we got a better grip. Nice and easy. There we go. I can see it coming out the backside now. There we go. I can see the shavings coming out the backside. Now it seems to be getting a little hard. No problem. Blow off whatever shavings are on the backside. Slowly start to bring it back out. Like I said, it's a very tedious job. There's some more shavings on there. Blow it off. Add a little bit of WD-40 again. Blow out the hole again. And this will probably be the last time we have to do this with this one. See that? Nice and easy. Goes all the way to the end. There, we just hit the resistance. These taps are tapered, so once you get the part that's not tapered through, you're good to go. it looks like we're doing all right. Going all the way through. Take it all the way through. Might as well just go all the way down. That way, you know, you clean that thing out the best you can. These threads are set now. Shouldn't have a problem. Before I go back through, I'm going to try to get the material off the backside. That way I'm not dragging it back through, making it harder and, you know, causing problems possibly. All right, so now, Marley. I'll let my dog off the leash because he was crying. I hope he's not out there doing nothing bad. He's probably out there eating grass. Marley, come here. Hey. He's not listening, of course. There he comes. My little buddy. Marley, come here. Here he comes. Come here, boy. Hey. Come and say hi to everybody. Get their favorite pup. Come on, let's go inside. All right, so we have that through. Now, like I said, we got our bracket. All we're gonna do is put that in there, push it up to here, and try to get these threads to get started. Boom, just like that. No need to make it real tight. We're just kind of mocking it up so we can get an idea of how this is gonna work. Come back with the fender that we have. Now, all I'm gonna do is we're going off of this bottom one here, so I'll bring it down. So that's the last hole right there, which we can make new ones. Like I said, it doesn't matter. We don't have to go off of what we have. But if I did line it up with that one right there, that's pretty low. But so now look up here. See, now we have nothing to screw to up here. Unless we, you know, did the same thing again and made another bracket that comes down from the back side on this side so that there would be a hole down here. So if we wanted to do that, but we'd have to clear this then. So we'd have to go down even further. Can we go down further? Let's go down to here. Let's just see what that looks like. If we did that, where would we be at as far as our hugging the tire? It looks like I think we'd be all right, honestly. So with that, I think what I should go ahead and do is tap the other side, put my brackets up, mark them, drill and tap them, mock it up with an actual bolt, and make sure I have clearance all the way through. If I have clearance all the way through and that's going to work, then all I have to do is go ahead and drill and tap this and then do the same exact thing I did. Put it on the back side, and then I'll have to have spacers for both bolts. But sometimes when you're doing aftermarket stuff, you can get a part that they say mounts right up and it doesn't, and you got to do stuff. But a lot of times when you're taking parts from other bikes and putting them on your bike, then you're definitely going to have some issues. But it's not that hard to do these kind of things. It doesn't really take, you know, a genius to make some brackets and do some tapping. It just takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of thinking things through before you start cutting stuff. All right, so the fender is mounted. There is enough space under here, just enough. I like that. The closest I can get it, the better it looks. We're nice and even on this side. There's not a bunch of space back there. The only thing we still have left to do, so that I'm gonna cut the rest of this bracket off right here. Don't need that. I gotta put a spacer in between here. Maybe get some little rubber washers or some nylon washers. And but for the most part, I like it. It looks great. And that's how you mount a fender that's not supposed to go on your bike. And then look at all that space we have up here now. So, you know, when I'm wheeling at the track and I come down, I'm not going to smash my fairings together. You know, because that's what happened to my old fenders. I was wheeling and coming down, and it was so low that it was just cracking my plastic fender. And eventually I'm going to get rid of that too one of these days. I don't know, maybe I'll go back to 2 brakes, but if I decide that I only need 1 brake, then I'm just going to cut that off so I don't need any of that anymore.